Hi, I'm Anita Kapoor and welcome back to this third season of Bare Beauty. This time we're going to be keeping company with ambassadors' wives from across the globe, all of whom who live right here in Singapore. Madame Paloma of the Spanish Embassy has only recently arrived in Singapore. She's going to tell me a little bit more about her Spanish roots.
I have been here since 6 months ago and I'm delighted, and I hope to be a very long time still. There is a fantastic Spanish group dancing flamenco here. I think it's very fun to have exercises with music and dancing.
Now, Madame Kumiko is originally Japanese, but she's adapted her way of life beautifully to the Turkish way of life.
I have been in Singapore for 8 months now. And then I feel very comfortable to be here.
They've both invited me for tea, and I can't tell you how excited I am. Magnificent house you have.
Most of the decorative artifacts are from Turkey.
This is called evil eyes, protecting you from all bad energy or devils.
How do you say it in Turkish?
Mavi boncuk. Mavi is blue.
Wow, this is such a spread. This is tea?
This is not all. We're gonna have more. Chickpeas.
Chickpeas, okay.
And dry fruits.
So Bare Beauty Season 3 was completely different. We were traveling the world through embassies and high commissions because it was called Ambassadors' Wives. These were highly educated, very proficient women who had left behind a lot of their careers and their lives to follow their husbands around the world. And so I felt that the series was quite empowering in that sense. We were talking to them in their power, not like, oh, and what do you do in your spare time? It was not like that.
His Excellency Dr. Daniel Walker and Miriam Walker of the Swiss Embassy have lived in Singapore for quite a while now. Miriam Walker has invited me to the ambassadorial residence this morning for breakfast. I can't wait to see what she's got in store for me.
Well, today I treat you with our Swiss breakfast drink. Swiss breakfast, the muesli. Try our special thyme bread. Well, we've been here since 2002, quite a long time now, and we are enjoying ourselves very much.
The Mexican ambassador to Singapore, His Excellency Mr. Gomez Camacho, has served here since 2006. And he's married to Mrs. Alejandra Gomez. Mrs. Gomez has invited me to brunch, where I am about to experience the Mexican way of food for beauty.
Well, in Mexico you will say salud.
Salud.
Bienvenida.
Bienvenida.
I have been here for 2.5 years. And my experience is fantastic, you know. Singapore is very much like Mexico. We have many things in common, like the spicy food.
The Thai ambassador to Singapore, Nopadol Gunavibu, and his wife, Madame Anchuli, were previously in Tokyo and Bangkok before they arrived on the sunny shores of Singapore. Now, Madame Anchuli has invited me up to the residency for a spot of lunch, and I am both delighted and curious. This is such a gorgeous place.
Thank you, Anita.
Ah, this looks tasty. That's gorgeous. That's a beautiful color.
เชิญดื่มเพื่อสุขภาพค่ะ
Which means?
Let's drink for your health.
For our health.
I feel very much at home here since I can find everything in Singapore. Melon salad, sweet and sound soup, poached egg in coconut.
We ate beautifully, and vicariously through food we were living and breathing and visiting each of these countries.
I'm all set for a spot of brunch with a Nordic touch at the residence of the Swedish ambassador to Singapore, Mr. Per Alberger, and his wonderful wife, Ellen Alberger, for a very special Swedish buffet. Oh, smells great in here. That would be the dill.
The world's famous smörgåsbord in a vegetarian version. We arrived in Singapore in September 2006 and we found it actually very easy to adapt. By the way, there is something I would like you to taste. This is a typical Swedish drink and this is elderflower.
Well, cheers!
Cheers, or skål as we say in Swedish.
Mr. Wardana Mrs. Wardana, or Ibu If as she likes to be known, has invited me for a spot of lunch. The Wardanas were based in Australia for 2 years, Sydney to be exact, before they moved to Singapore. I can't wait to meet Ibu If to find out more. Ibu If, you have brought me to the best spot in the house. It's so peaceful and pretty out here.
When the guests come to Wisma Duta, I expect with the jamu beras kencur. For the first, you shake first, like this.
How nice.
Okay, and this for me. Okay.
Thank you. Sour and sweet, salty. Ibu, what a spread. I am so full of good, wholesome, healthy Indonesian food.
I love living here because Singapore is so beautiful country and clean.
His Excellency Mr. Alan Virtue and Mrs. Elaine Virtue were previously based in Trinidad, Australia, the US and Switzerland before arriving on the sunny shores of Singapore. Now, Mrs. Elaine Virtue is a very interesting lady, so naturally I am very eager to meet her. Now this looks great. And what's this?
Oh, this is a Canadian cranberry fizz.
Fizzy, sparkling and packed with the cranberries. Wow, Elaine, you've got some great pieces of art. Look at these, they're so vibrant and beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Where did you get them?
Well, actually, I painted them.
No, that's fantastic. They were so free and they talked us through recipes that were from their homeland. So we had everything from Sweden to Spain. Mexico was my favorite episode. We were having all of these beautiful, nourishing foods, and that was the whole thing.
Oh, here, you know, we have the first course. We're having cactus salad. This is the chili that you had with the chili nogada.
This is as big as my face. Every episode introduced us not just to recipes, but remedies and traditions, beauty traditions from each country, but also we ate together. And I loved that. And my mouth is watering, like, thinking about it right now. Because when we got to Mexico, everyone seems to assume Mexico is like Tex-Mex food. That is not Mexico. And the Mexican ambassador's wife was just a treasure trove.
This is a very complicated dish. Has many, many ingredients in it.
I'm going to try some, actually.
Okay, you want me to help you?
I'd love to. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
The few of them, we made some recipes as well, but this was about how do you nourish yourself with food and what are some of your secrets from where you come from. So these were great. The difference here was that we did not use my kitchen anymore, but we actually set up a kitchen in every ambassador's residence. I would go out, meet them, and then I would do a recipe on their grounds. Chickpeas are exceptionally good for cleansing the skin, keeping it kind of smooth. We shot in all the ambassadors' residences. And we were drinking a drink that was made from pomegranate and rose, but I think it had a reaction to the container that was in, which was like silver. And I was like this while I was drinking. And I was like, how come I feel really weird? Because now I remember that, you know, natural things sometimes have reactions with certain metals, right? And I kept drinking this because it was part of the show. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna pass out. It was fun. Yeah, it was good though. I learned not just to be a host, I learned to be a director, I learned to be, you know, a DP, I learned all of those things because I'm learning everything about the shot because it was such a small team. And we just took all these chances and we just did it. And that gave me so much confidence as I went along. It was a stepping stone each time to something more and more. And when Bare Beauty was finished, it was a chapter of life that had actually closed. It's been like 15 years since Bare Beauty season 1. I still have people going, hey, and they still think that the show was like last month, you know? They're like, wow, you've really changed. I'm like, it was 15 years ago. You know, I was like a whole different person and I became a whole different person as a result of it.
What is beautiful? The face or what you have inside?
Beauty for me is being happy, healthy and fresh.
Beauty is more about self-respect than trying to model yourself on impossible ideals. It's less about appearance and more about health, about feeling good about yourself and at the same time being fun and fashion forward.